An average person would simply have a brain freeze with a single drop of this water. That's how cold this is. I gotta go on a quick run to the store to get some snacks for my little adventure. So I've packed up my skincare and a few almonds and cashews, and also the snacks that I showed earlier. Charger for my Apple Watch, charger for my phone, and the charger for my camera because I want to film. Here are all the documents. I'm not going to show the front, but I have like separated types of folders with these tags of post-it notes. I absolutely despise waking up early. I have set an alarm for 6 in the morning because we have to get to the airport by 7. But yeah, good night. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Alright, here's the fit for today. Pretty hard. I think we're gonna go on an Uber and it's gonna arrive any minute soon, so we gotta get out. I actually forgot how big this airport is. This might actually be the first time in Nepal that a flight actually took off on time. Also, there's a little shop. I believe that it was there before, but I didn't really go because I was a kid. Hey guys, we are at Kathmandu now and it is dirty. We dropped our baggage at the lobby for a while and then went to take a look at the embassy. It is nearby, only like a 5-minute walk. Here's the front door. Immediately we have the bed and a little nightstand with this telephone contraption and another bed. A window that looks directly into the highway, and over here we have the bathroom and a little desk. Our clothes, my iPad that I was playing with in the lobby. I played Mario Kart, AC remote, AC, a little couch, a table, another window. The view isn't great, but it's okay, I guess, for the side of the highway. But we also have a TV and a little closet, I think. And here's my dad. My back as well as my shoulders are a bit sore because I hit back today and I hit shoulders like a day before, but it's still a bit sore because like I did do quite a bit lot. A lot of you guys not know what I'm doing. You might know because of the title, but I am here for my US visa interview and I'll be sharing what goes on and what kind of result I get. Although I do know what kind of result I will be getting. I have all my documents here. I will be blurring them out, but I think I've already showed that I have organized all my documents this way so that I can pull them out very quickly when needed. And I've hung up my formal clothes in the bathroom because we don't have any hangers in that closet thingy. We don't have an iron. Wait, National Hospital. I know a guy whose name is Chirayu. But yeah, I am extremely excited about tomorrow. I'm pumped up and confident that I will get the visa. Wish me luck. And I have been trying to like get this TV to operate for a while, but then I realized the remote is a bit chewed up. Like, what is this? Also, I should not be touching that. Okay, I guess no TV. I do have my iPad, so I'll be good. But yeah, the bed is super comfy. And it is nice and cold. Summers are getting worse in my country because of global warming. We don't even have any snow in the mountains anymore. Also, my shoes are pretty fire. It's been a while since I've worn these kind of shoes, like with all that extra part. Let's take a look at what we have for the menu. A single bottle of water is 60 rupees. That's crazy. You get that for like 20 or 25 rupees outside. They do have a lot of options, but I'm not really hungry right now and I'll just probably go outside to eat rather than in here. Also, I'm thinking about taking the bigger bed and giving the smaller one to my dad. Did I mention the part where I, alongside my dad, went to the US Embassy? I think we did go to take a quick look, but there is a telephone that I have always admired. We never had a telephone in our home, so I'm gonna call my mom. Oh yay. I should probably not be touching that. But I don't really have a lot to do today, and I do not want to go outside because Kathmandu is literally so depressing for me. No hate by the way. It might be a good city. It has a lot of opportunities and places to go, but it's not for me.
가면 셀시스 타버네 이주저희 86 부게 theo 뉴스. Zui? Oh.
Okay, I gotta speak really quiet because my dad is sleeping. We only have one outlet, so I'm using that to charge my phone. We also have another one in here, but there's like nothing in here. So I use this little hack that I put my Apple Watch like this, and it just stays right there while it's charging. Pretty smart. Actually, never mind. I put it this way. Felt a lot more secure. Although there is another one behind the TV, but this right here is really dirty, so I don't want to put anything in here. This is big. It is hot in here, but we're at KFC. The cashier is also a Tagal, so she was like happy to know that I was also a Tagal, and my dad's over there. He's gonna ask her where she's from because he gets excited about it. Alright, so we just got back. My dad got these pair of shorts. He's downstairs having food. And you cannot see my head, can you? My phone's dead. And so is my watch, almost. It's at 20%, so I'm gonna charge it because I have to wake up early tomorrow. Also, I brought back this pamphlet paper sort of thing that was at the bottom of our tray at KFC. It's like a comic, but for like KFC. I find this really cool. So that came home with me. Now I have to get ready for bed. Okay, so these walls are either really good at soundproofing or the people on the other rooms are not speaking at all and they can hear whatever I'm saying. Okay, so also this is my view out the window at night. You can't really see anything, can you? It's actually prettier over here. There's a restaurant in here. I didn't know that. Barely got into my socks and I'll have an even harder time tying my shoes because my pants are skin tight. Like, you cannot move a lot in these, but it does make sure that you look good. These are the digestives. These are the nuts. For some reason they taste even better today. I did have some sort of stomach issues yesterday and didn't really eat much, but I'm feeling very good. My hamster, because yesterday I was in this room all day long and I was eating these. Absolutely cannot forget my lip balm. It is 7:34 now, and I think we're gonna leave. We're on appointment for 9. I've heard that it takes a lot of time to like get the fingerprints and get all the documents like checked out, and I guess better safe than sorry, right? I got it! Okay, we're gonna take a flight back home right about now, and I gotta leave, and I'm gonna go in these clothes. We gotta pack up all this stuff as quickly as possible, so let's move.
Damn. Yeah.
Let's turn off the AC, get the water bottle. I am gonna be flying in a suit, so I am gonna look like a bit. Wait, no. I have a backpack, right? I guess we got everything, but I do need to check if I have left my stuff. Okay, I guess not. Oh, let's move. We've got a flight to catch, and it is waiting. That is a lot of stairs. Like that. It rained. Also, I think I got scammed because the driver gave me a lot less money than I was expecting, but I'm gonna count that when I get home. I think they booked us separate seats because one's at C, one's A. It should be A and B, right? It's boiling hot in here. We're gonna have to stay on the ground for a while because of the bad weather. Our seats were assigned 1A and C, right? So I went all the way to the front of the plane to see if our seat was there. It wasn't. I was just stalling there, and then the flight attendant came over and said that it's actually at the back, which is kind of nice because back seats are a lot safer than the ones in the front in case of anything. You know what? Estamos en un avión. This seems clearly photoshopped, like this part and this part seem different, but we were supposed to go there, but we didn't. But we might, now that all my stuff's done. My battery is at 5%, the camera. I think we're gonna be here for a while, so we got an apple juice and salted peanuts. I cannot eat these right now because I have my retainers on, if you can see them. I'm gonna put them in the bag. Ooh, it is caliente in here. Why am I hearing crickets inside the airport? Alright, we are back home, and my dad's brother-in-law picked us up, and we like stopped by at our store to like take mom with us, and I went. And they've gone to my dad's grandparents' house. I didn't go. I did change my clothes in the store, and I am also sending these emails to my international advisors from Cal State Dominguez Hills, saying that my visa is approved. So I couldn't be happier. I'll be sharing my visa experience in this video, but I don't think I'm gonna do that today. Today, all I want to do is just relax because I deserve some time. So I'm gonna film that part tomorrow, and I do have to pay the housing deposit. I did try to pay that before, but then my card got rejected somehow, and I do have the money, but my card got rejected. I tried it again, but it still got rejected today. So I am also contacting housing and student financial support. If nothing happens, I'm gonna have to go to the bank to see why my card was declined, because the deadline to submit the housing deposit is June 16th, and it is the 11th today. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow, which is just a second away for you guys. Right, it is the next day, and I am fully prepared to share my
crap. Share my experience. I was gonna read off my iPad, but instead I gotta charge it first. Yesterday, I thought my interview for the visa took only around 2 or 3 minutes, but I really think it lasted for even longer because as I recalled all the things that happened, a lot of more questions popped up in my head. There's a lot actually, but yeah, I guess I am just gonna start with the experience, how I felt, how everything went out. So my appointment was booked for 9 a.m. but I got to know that people actually go to the embassy an hour before their appointment. I got to the embassy at around 7:40. I woke up before 6. I know I really take quite a lot of time to get ready, but I woke up at 6, got ready, didn't even have breakfast, and it was like a 5-minute walk tops to the embassy. When I was almost there, I thought like, whoa, there aren't many people there. After a while, I realized that we weren't quite there yet, and I hadn't seen all the people. So after we actually got there on the other side of the embassy, like across the road, I started seeing a lot of people. There were a lot of students and there were already like elder people inside the embassy premises. I asked my dad to go ask the guard when we can get in for like the F1 interview, and he was informed that we'll be let in by 8:30. But fortunately, we were able to go in at around 8:10. So after we enter the gate, there's this line that you have to be on. There's a checkup for your documents, so they were telling us to like take our DS-160 and our I-20 as well as our passport alongside our transcript out. So after waiting in line for a while, it was moving fast by the way, I got to the desk and they put some sort of sticker on my passport with my DS-160, and they asked for my appointment time and then looked correspondingly and picked up the sticker with my name and pasted it on the back of my passport. After that, you're back in line, and when it's finally the time to go through security, only 6 people are let in at a time, so you have to wait a while, and the doors are actually really thick. Like it was probably more than 6 inches. So when you actually enter the building, you have to give your documents to the security person again. I think it was just the passport, and after you had to take out any pens or lip balms that you have. I did have my lip balm, so I took it out and put it in a basket that I can like search through and get my stuff back when I leave the embassy. We go through this security, they patted us down and we go in. And actually the inside of the embassy is really fancy. So after you go through the security, you're like again in a outside environment but inside the embassy. There's a yard area on the side and also a lot of flowers. There's this place with a lot of seats with like a cover above it, and we were instructed to go into the door to the left. And after that they asked me for my I-20, my passport, as well as my transcript. She checked it and I guess put it inside the passport. She didn't really do anything, but she told me to go to counter number 2. There are a total of 10 counters, and as I was in line, I thought I was already in for the interview, but I wasn't. The way I knew, the lady inside the counter was Nepali, and as far as I know, there aren't supposed to be any Nepali people inside the counter. The girl in front of me, she spoke in English, so I was even more confused because what? She checked her documents out. And after that, it was my turn. I said good morning. She asked for my passport, I-20, looked through them and did a little scan thing. And she asked me where I was going. So I said Cal State Dominguez Hills. And I said California State University Dominguez Hills. I know that is a mouthful. So I don't think she probably heard me that well, but she might have looked at my I-20. After that, I was asked to wait outside because the max capacity inside the building for like the interviews is 57 people. So as I'm waiting, there's this guy that walks in through the security and he was about to sit down with us. He was trying to ask something, but I just nodded. And he went in, and shortly after we were let inside again, and we went through like the fingerprint scanning part. There was this Asian looking lady. She was hot, and you get your thumbs scanned, your forefingers scanned. After that, the Nepali lady that was working there, actually the people working there, the guards are all male Nepali, and the ladies that handle the queues, the document preparation and everything, they were all female staff. I was surprised by it. So one of them told us to get in the line for counter number 5. The way it was arranged, you get in the line for counter number 5, but if other counters do open up, you can go out of the line opening and step into that counter. So as I was in the line horizontal to the counters, I saw this girl in counter number 9 getting a green slip. I don't know who was in the counter number 5. I'm in this group chat where like people have said a nickname for all the interviewers. So they call one handsome American or young American, one's Chinese, one Indian, one bald. It goes like that. But nobody was getting a green slip, and still I didn't feel that nervous. I don't know why. Unfortunately, I saw a girl getting rejected. She got like a yellow slip, but even after getting that, she was like telling about her scholarships and everything, and the interviewer went like, this is my final decision, I will not change it, and you can try again if you want to, but you should leave now. Finally, my turn's about to come up, and there are 2 people in front of me, and counter number 9 opens up, and I was only thinking for a second, should I go or should I not? I don't think I should because I am pretty confident, but as I was thinking, the old guy that was in front of me, like probably in his 40s or 50s, he went in, so I didn't have any choice. But as I look at the front, there's this interviewer who probably is the young American / handsome American. He seemed like a nice guy, so I thought to myself, well, it's gonna be easy. And lo and behold, the girl in front of me gets rejected. Her visa gets rejected, and that kind of startled me up a bit. I went in and I greeted him with a really big smile, told him my name. He greeted me back, and I think he didn't hear my name that well, and he asked name. And I was like, yes, Sudin. And he asked me what I will be studying, and I answered I will be studying business administration and management. At first, I did feel a bit stressed out because this is my very first time in an actual interview, and I kind of stuttered a bit when I was like mentioning my major, but I pulled myself together and just went with the flow. Nothing went wrong, and I had my I-20, my transcript, as well as my Duolingo English test score tucked in inside my passport. So he looked at my transcript. It was from 11th grade, actually. People are shocked that you can go into the visa interview without your finals results, like your senior finals results. He showed me my transcript and he asked me if I have the original or not. And I tell him that I do not have the original right here with me. He also asked me when I graduated, and I told him that I graduated last month. He seemed surprised, I guess. He repeated last month, and then I said yes. And after that, he asked me why I want to study business. I gave my answer. Most of you guys probably know I want to have my own business one day, so I tell him that. And he asks me what kind of business I want to open. Like, I tell him that I do not currently know, and he nods and says it's completely understandable. And at that point, I've already started feeling a lot comfortable with this interviewer because he genuinely seemed interested in my answers, because he had his hands propped up this way and he was actually talking to me, not just listening to me. And after that, I think he asked me why I chose California. I know for a fact that he did ask me why California, but I don't know when he asked, so I'm just gonna put it here. After that, he asked me why I want to go to this college, why I want to go to Casa Dominguez Hills, and I tell him that it is the most affordable school out of the 11 colleges that I applied to. And yes, I truly did apply to 11 colleges, and also it has like really small class sizes, as well as a faculty that I've actually connected with. So after that, he looks at my 20th again, and he sees that my cost of attendance is $38,000, almost $40,000. And he asks me how am I gonna pay for that, and I start my answer by acknowledging that it is high, and I tell him that my parents will be sponsoring me. They have enough funds for it, as well as a good amount of land that we can utilize in case of any emergency. And he nods, and then he asks me what they do. I tell him that they own a store back in Pokhara, and then he asks me if I am from Pokhara, and then I replied that I am from Pokhara and I took a flight yesterday to get here. After that, he went on to ask me what kind of stuff they sell at their store, and I tell him what they sell. So basically the stuff that you get at a store. After that, he asks me how many people work there. I answer that as well. And again, I did feel that he was actually conversating with me rather than interrogating me. After that, he asks me how much they make, and I also mentioned my sister and my aunt, my Sangeeta Didi, and I tell him that they work abroad. And when I mentioned my aunt, he seemed a bit confused and asked, "Your aunt?" And I responded by saying she's from my mother's side and she had lived with us and taken care of me since I was born. He asks me what kind of job they do, and then he asks me how much they make, and I tell him how much they make on average. After that, he went on to ask how many years it has been since they went abroad. I tell him that as well, and he comes back to one of my answers about the land, how much is it worth, and I tell him the land's estimated worth, and then he asks me where it is located, if it is located in Poland or not, and then he tasks for a split second. After that, he asks me if I have taken any SAT or not. I tell him that I have not taken the SAT, but I have taken the Duolingo English test, and I did flaunt my score. I said that I had a 150 out of 160, and I totally forgot that I had actually given my test score to him at the very beginning. After that, he types again for about 5 seconds. I think he was typing on the right, and then he goes through my papers. I didn't see him putting my password away, and while he takes out the green slip, he tells me congratulations and best of luck in California. And until before that, I wasn't feeling scared at all because I knew that he wasn't giving me any sort of negative energy, and I also have a decent profile, so I was gonna get approved. But when he goes congratulations, best of luck in California, I was on the top of the world. I could not have been happier at that moment, and I get all the papers from the counter and I wish him a great day. And as I am looking at the paper, I look at other people and some of them were amazed. Some of them genuinely seemed happy that I got the green slip. I'm heading out. I go back into the security place. My lip balm, it was in the tray. And as I head out, people are congratulating me. And I had all of my papers in this transparent file. And this one was like outside, but it was facing this way. So the people across the road could not really see what was in my hands, but you could actually see my smile from like a mile away. I was smiling ear to ear. The guards congratulate me, and after I cross the street, the crowd of parents that are like waiting for the kids, they congratulate me and wish me all the best for my future. And my dad asks if I got approved, and I show him the green paper. After that, my dad had a little chat on our walk back to the hotel. Immediately after that, we booked a flight back home, and the rest of the stuff, so that was my visa interview experience. It was quite fun actually, but I do want to share a few tips with other students or anyone trying to get their visas approved. When you are taking your documents with you, you separate your documents by their nature. Like for example, my English test document, my transcripts, my financial documents, my letters of recommendations, my acceptance letters. I used these post-it notes. I applied it to the front of the stack of whatever kind of document that is, and I folded it and labeled it whatever kind of documents they were. So when you want to take out a specific document, you can just whip it out because of these dividers. And another tip, please do not memorize their answers. I did hear a lot of people sounding very robotic. I'm not saying that you should not prepare for the answers at all, but what I'm saying is that do not memorize all that stuff. Let that come to you naturally during the interview and try not to be that skeptic or nervous. Another tip is to be as informative as possible. Do not give any one-word answers or like underwhelming answers. Make sure that your answers are somewhat decent length. Give as much information as possible. And I guess that was it. And if you still have any confusion regarding the visa or anything like that, you can leave a comment down below and I'll try to answer them. You can also click on the eye icon right here to know the entire process, basically to apply to colleges in the US or how to book a visa appointment or anything like that. I basically have all that covered up in that video, so it shouldn't be quite a bit of a problem. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next week and take care.